All right, we're going to do compositions, and if you look at the notation there at the top of your screen, we read that f of g of x. When I see that, I like to rewrite it like the form on the bottom. Same thing, f of g of x. Now here's an example. It says it gives us f of x and g of x. So the first thing it asks us to find is f of g of x. So for me, I'm going to rewrite f of g of x. So f of something. What's the something? The something is g of x. G of x, if you look at the top there, is x minus 1. So what I'm going to be doing is putting x minus 1 into the function f. So I'm going to go up to f of x and ask myself what the function f does. It takes 3 times something and adds 2. What's the something? Here it is. X minus 1 is what we're plugging into the f function. Now we just have some algebra to do to solve our function. I'm going to distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 gives me minus 3. I have a plus 2 at the end. So finally my answer will be 3x minus 1. Now I'm asked to find g of f of x. I'm going to rewrite it g of f of x. G of what? G of f of x. So I'm going to go up to f of x. What is f of x? Well, it is 3x plus 2. So that's what I'm going to be putting into the g function. Well, what does the g function do? It takes something minus 1. What's the something? 3x plus 2. So it looks like I have 3x plus 2 minus 1. When you simplify, you get 3x plus 1. Next example gives us h of x and g of x, and it asks us to find g of h of x. So I'm going to write that out, g of h of x. So I'm going to replace that h of x because we know what h of x is. Look at the top of your screen. It's x plus 1. Now it needs to get put into the g function. Well, what does the g function do? Take a look at the top of your screen. It takes something and squares it, and the something we're plugging in is x plus 1. Now remember, when you square something like this, you take x plus 1 and multiply it by itself. Now, Algebra 2 students, I know you would not put something as crazy as x squared plus 1. This is definitely going to require some FOIL. So, first, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. We're multiplying, remember, to FOIL. So we get x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now it asks me to do h of g of x. That's h of g of x. So I ask myself, okay, h of what? H of g of x. So go up to the top of your screen. G of x is x squared, so I'm going to replace it. So I'm putting x squared into h. Well, what does the h function do? It takes something and has 1 added to it. What's the something? The something is x squared. Now, x squared in numbers, they're not like terms, so we're going to have to let it be at x squared plus 1. All right, here's one more different type you might see when it comes to compositions. Here at the top, we're given f of x and g of x, and look at this. It says find f of g of 5. What that is, f of g of 5. So I don't know about you, but this would be a little easier if I knew g of 5. So I'm going to, out to the side in red, consider the function g of x, and I'm being asked to do g of 5. That means everywhere I see an x in the g function, I'm going to put a 5. Oh, g of 5 is 10. So I'm going to replace it. Instead of writing g of f, I'm going to write my newfound discovery, 10. F of 10, yeah, I think I can do that. All right, f of 10. What does the f function do? It takes negative something and adds 3. Well, the something is a 10. So here we go. Negative 10 plus 3 gives us 7. Negative 7. All right, negative 7 for that one. Looks like we've got one more at the bottom here. G of f of 8. Well, it would be a little easier if I knew f of 8. So off to the side here, I'm going to figure out f of 8. And what we're going to do is plug it into the f function. The f function takes negative something plus 3. And when I'm finding f of 8, I'm going to plug 8 in instead of x. So negative 8 plus 3, so that's going to give us negative 5. Back to my problem here, g of f of 8. Well, instead of f of 8, I'm going to write what I just solved for, negative 5. Instead of f of 8, that is, after all, what it equals. All right, now we have to find g of negative 5. What does the g function do? It takes 2 times something. The something for this one is negative 5. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10.